Okay, we're at the, I don't know what the name of this place is. There's no sign that I can see telling me what this is. It's right next door to the Orange Spring Community Church. So I'm assuming it has something to do with the church. We're just going to start. This is obviously a Confederate grave. And I'll fill in the blanks as I go along. This is the first section right as soon as I walk through the door, and I thought this was fascinating. This is a very interesting and to me unique in many ways site with a memorial in it. This is Lieutenant Colonel John Pearson, wounded at Cold Harbor and died in Augusta about 2 months later. I'm assuming of his wounds. I don't know why, if he would have been wounded, I don't think he would have healed up and then died of natural causes or anything. Although he was, 1808 to 1864, what is that? He was in his 50s, I guess, anyway. Not doing the math very well right off the top of my head. But anyway, I thought the other interesting thing was that they call it Cole, C-O-L-E, Cole Harbor, which of course is not the correct spelling. But anyway, Lieutenant Colonel in the 9th Florida Regiment, born in the Union District, period, S period, CA period. I don't know what the heck that is. This is, Union District South. And that's not a G. If that was a G, that would make it very simple, but I don't know. See, because down here we have a G in Georgia, and that's obviously a G. But anyway, just thought that was interesting. I don't know, it's California. Who knows? So, there are several older graves right here as soon as you walk in. This is another one. Another family. 1926. But then as you look out there, the marked graves, I should say. I mean, this is probably a lot of unmarked graves right in this little area right here. There's a very good representation of CSA soldiers here, and we're gonna obviously highlight and document those. But out front here, there's a lot of marked graves that are brand new. I mean, within 20-30 years. So there's no apparent rhyme or reason to it at the beginning. And right here, you can see from this grave, which is obviously a Confederate grave, over to the first one I looked at, and over at this the second one, Pearson, there's a pretty good size area here that doesn't have anything that you can see, any marked graves. So I'm gonna check this out again. First Sergeant, Company A, 57 Georgia Infantry, Michael J. Bryan, not Bryant. So this cemetery is marked into two separate areas by a road and a fence, and I'm not sure if that's what the significance of that is, if any. There may be no significance. But again, there's there's a distinct pattern of laying out in that it is very mixed. There's a section of old, section of new, section of old, section of new. So I'm not sure, why. It doesn't make any sense in the rivalries of things. There doesn't appear to be any family connection with a lot of these. One of the interesting things, being in Orange Springs, is that we see the actual battle flag honoring the grave of the Confederate soldier, which in a lot of your snowflake communities, you're not seeing that. I've even seen Confederate soldiers with American flags next to them, which obviously is completely inappropriate, considering what they fought, and in some cases died for. So anyway, I'm just going to take a quick brief run through here way over there by that fence, there's 3 or 4 graves, and they're sort of off by themselves, and they're kind of middle to new, maybe 50s or 60s, not the 20s or the 19th century. And here we have new, and here we have old. A 1926 grave right next to a 1993 grave, and you don't really see that much. And again, there doesn't appear to be any family name connection. Here's another group of old ones. That's pretty cool though. Seeing these old Florida graves in the sand. It's pretty neat. Charles Dickinson, Owens Company's 2nd Florida Cavalry, killed in action, August 8, 1864, KIA. I didn't see this when I was photographing. That's pretty neat. Don't see a lot of KIAs in this area. I wonder if he's any relation to Jonathan Dickinson. I'll have to research that at some point as well. So as always, these are, this is just a quick, brief run through. It's not meant to be a comprehensive grave by grave recording or anything. Just an idea of what's here, and if somebody wants to come look at it, they can look at this and see, hey, that looks interesting, I'll go look at it. Company K, 9th Florida Infantry, just service, no date of birth or death or anything. And again, we see the actual Confederate flag, which, a few years ago was normal. It was regular. That's what you saw. That's what you should see. But again, in your snowflake communities, they've removed those or placed, American flags over it. It's just this is not good. Isaac Hall, Company B, 9th Florida Infantry, CSA. So again, there's service only, not date of death or anything. Or date of service or anything like that. I find it fascinating. Every so often in cemeteries you'll see older graves near newer graves, but usually they're sectioned. And this is not. They're grouped by old, and then they're grouped by new, and then they're grouped by old again. It's like right next to each other, intermingled. I don't understand the pattern. There isn't one, apparently. So we got 2012. That one's not even buried yet. They're passed, and these aren't even passed. It's like what my father did. He bought his marker like 40 years before he passed. To leave a monument to himself. And he and his second wife will be interred right next to each other. Well, he's already passed, but the second wife hasn't passed yet. But when she does, apparently she'll be, I guess if she chooses to go that way, she'll be interred right next to him. I don't know. Well, as time will tell that question. But it's interesting how people do that to me. I don't know what that's like an old Egyptian pharaoh type thing. This is kind of cool. This is an old hand-carved one. Mrs. something Waldron, misspelled, born something 1910, died something at rest. Wow. Only 26 years old. Wow, hand carved. Here's another Waldron, Reverend Waldron. And there's some Waldron family representation going on here. Hares, G.E. Hare. So there's some family cohesiveness in some of these that we're seeing. And there's some more older ones back over there. Ooh, I'm gonna do that. another CSA grave, 2 more CSA graves. There's a UDC marker over here too, and I didn't see any at these others. That's kind of cool. I imagine those get stolen quite a bit. This is George Hun something Halls Company, Florida. HG CSA. Florida HG. Home Guard. Okay. Wow, cool. Florida Home Guard. Okay. Oh, I guess they put a CSA marker here because they put the military marker with this person named Wells. Somebody Wells. G.W. Wells. 70-some years old. Served his state and country. So hopefully this hasn't been too jittery or too boring. We're gonna wrap it up. Here's another Levi T. Machette, Company B, 9th Florida Infantry. Very cool. No flag there, but might have gotten blown away. I've seen a couple of flags blown away out here. But whoever was responsible for keeping this up is doing an amazing job. So, on behalf of the historians in the world, thank you. Oh, there's a second one of these pumps, these old well pumps. I see the way they look, I'm assuming it's not ornamentation. That even though it might not work right now, it must have at one point worked. Interesting, very interesting. All right, we're going to shut her down and do some more searching and exploring.